We have now entered into the 15th year of nuclear winter, and it is still not safe to venture outside into what once was a beautiful world. That is, of course, before the decade of the Draci Party destruction in office.
It was back in 2028 when the US was looking for a strong leader to lead them through the wars of the land, with a hope to end the struggle of the Middle East and their allies. And the best idea to win it all was with a strong leader, both figuratively and literally. This is how the Decade of Draci Party was created.
This party all started with one individual seeking a chance for a safer America, Draci Chittick. Draci, being a strong individual that ran strong in the gym communities, realized that the USA was slowly becoming weaker and weaker every year, with less and less enemy countries being scared of the superpower, and decided that it was time for a change.
As she began to gain more and more strides on social media and getting a bigger fan base, she's decided that if anyone was going to make a difference in the world, it was going to be her. So she got an endorsement from companies so she could raise enough money and finally start the Decade of Draci. The start of the party ran strongly on the statement of have a government that embodies the strength, unity, and pride of the American people. And through this, they strive to have a larger military, better economic gains, and to prove once more why the U.S. is the top dog and no one should question us. This ran very strong in the conservative side of America, but also able to show the unity that the liberals always wanted.
As 2028 comes around, the idea of Draci for president becomes a lot more feasible, with her gaining stronger polls and becoming a lot more of a challenger, and no one was expecting it. She was running campaigns everywhere and was even working in the school, helping donate Trumo to students because she believes everyone deserves a taste of chocolate milk. But the biggest surprise, though, is when she got 20% of the popular vote by October and entered into the debates. And this is where she truly dominated the competition. She showed the world why she was district champ in speech and pulled the biggest tidal wave of votes.
In November, everyone waited as the votes were counted. And then there became a stir because for the first time in US history, we had a woman president. The people were shocked because no one knew that this small town girl could see a change and do something about it. And everyone was super excited, not knowing what is about to happen.
As Draci enters office, she decides that the best way to run the country the way she wants it is to elect a slightly less strong politician, and this is where Jesse Ventura comes into play. Ventura was a well-known politician that ran as an independent and under the dead Reform Party. He was also showing the same values and strength as the new President Chittick. No one knew that he would be the end of the government as a whole.
Draci's first act in office was to increase military funding and negotiations, most of which were just wrestling to show off her strength, as well as the act to finally bring unity to the country, hoping for a better world in the act. With other smaller projects such as increasing the soccer teams, funding was another show of strength, as well as continuing to give away chocolate milk.
About 2 years into office, their army has tripled in size. Negotiations in the Middle East have been successful, with the only major opponent in the horizon was North Korea. There was peace and unity forming the states, and everything seemed fine until one night, a sealed metal door in North Dakota creeps open, and off into the air is a blur. The story goes there was a full second of silence across the world. One last moment of peace as the missile whistled across the dark Pacific Ocean, where it will meet its last location.
No one truly knew what the reason was for multiple years, but after long searches through archives, we learned of the reason for so much destruction. The same night it all started, Ventura was returning from a grueling month filled with negotiations of peace with North Korea with zero progress. Out of anger and tiredness, he decided to take some supplements, but unknowingly took over the suggested amount and ended up in a rage. With a mix of power and an unstable brain, we got the first ever nuclear war.
This war will last for 7 years, and no one will win. The rest of humanity that seemed to survive the onslaught now live in colonies underground. There is no longer a home on the surface for us. With it all because we put too much power in the hands of people who could not control their desire for strength and ability to control with an iron fist. So this is how a small town girl wanted a change, a chance for unity through strength, was able to get the backing of thousands and doing something no one else had before her. But sadly, sometimes being too strong can be harmful in its own ways. This is the story of the Decade of Draci Party.